Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. I wanted to smack J.D. Vance upside the head last night for how poorly he handled abortion in that debate. We knew Tampon Tim was going to bring up Amber Thurmond, and Vance was totally unprepared. He should have said something like, I find it very interesting that all of a sudden a death from abortion pills upsets the pro-choice people. You weren't upset over the deaths of Holly Patterson or Vivian Tran or Brenda Weiss, but all of a sudden Amber Thurmond takes these pills that are supposedly so safe you don't even need to see a doctor. You can just order them telehealth. She dies and you're all upset about it. I find that really interesting. You're saying that it's because of an abortion law, but you haven't managed to explain how a heartbeat bill that says you're not allowed to kill a fetus that has a detectable heartbeat unless it's necessary to save the mother's life. There was no fetus, not even a dead one. So there was no heartbeat to make the law apply. Plus, her life was in danger. Anybody with two brain cells to rub together, certainly somebody smart enough to be a doctor, would know that there was no legal reason not to provide her with aftercare. You're claiming that they failed to provide her with aftercare because they were upset about the abortion law. We'll go ahead and take your word for it. So why don't you explain Ayanna Dixon's abortion pill death? She was in Nevada, where abortion remained legal after Dobbs. It's still legal up to 24 weeks. She went to a Planned Parenthood, got her perfectly safe abortion pills where she's assured nothing can go wrong, you're perfectly safe. Just like Amber Thurmond, she developed sepsis. Just like Amber Thurmond, she went to a hospital. Just like Amber Thurmond, she was provided with inadequate aftercare and ended up dead. In a state where you can't have the excuse that the doctors were so stupid that they think a heartbeat bill applies when there's no heartbeat. And I think it's because you just don't care about Ayanna Dixon's death because you can't use it politically. And we also have Ms. Harris, who was complaining about, oh, women will bleed out in the parking lot. Again, there's no law anywhere that says you can't provide a transfusion to a pregnant woman. Every single one of these pro-life laws has an exception where a doctor is allowed to use abortion if he believes it's necessary to address any life-threatening pregnancy complications, and especially any pregnancy complications after the baby's dead. That you're all in a tizzy about. Meanwhile, in Alabama in 2020, an abortion clinic lacerated a woman's internal organs so badly, she was hemorrhaging so badly when they discharged her that she could barely walk to the car. She bled to death on the way home. Does it not matter because she didn't bleed out in the parking lot that she actually managed to get in the car and get partway home before she bled to death? The Centers for Disease Control said there's no legitimate reason for a woman to bleed to death from abortion complications. Yet that woman did. Another woman, Tanya Reeves, had a safe legal abortion at a Planned Parenthood. She was hemorrhaging. They waited 4 hours before they got her to the hospital, and by then it was too late to save her. Again, bled to death when the Centers for Disease Control says there's no legitimate reason for a woman to bleed to death from a legal abortion. And I've got other women who died after abortions at Planned Parenthood, not just Ayanna Dixon and Tanya Reeves. So you ignore all those deaths because they aren't politically useful to you. But Amber Thurmond, who died from complications of a safe legal abortion, you're trying to hang around the necks of the pro-life citizens who had every loophole in that law necessary to save her life, and the doctors for some reason chose not to.